Super destroy!
Oh.
Panasonic. A better life, a better world. A.C.T. Nanoe. Now my baby's safe with me. Breathe clean air with Panasonic Nanoe AC. Panasonic.
Hello everyone, my name is Sherwin Garcia and I'll be your host this afternoon. Kamusta kayong lahat? Hope everyone is safe at home and putting your family's health and hygiene a priority. Speaking of which, I know we're all putting a lot of effort in ensuring our safety outside the house, like wearing masks and shields. But did you know that you can also take one extra step to keeping your home safer? More on this later. Today, we're back to give you something special. It's going to be informative but very, very exciting. So wag na natin patagalin. I'm sure many of you who are tuning in or viewing this today are familiar with or are consumers of Panasonic. As a global leader in technology and innovation, Panasonic has always been about bringing a better life, a better world. And today, we are here to announce something groundbreaking that would benefit Filipino families. But first, let's get to know our set of panelists for Act Now, the Panasonic Anti-COVID Technology Press Event. First up, we have a doctor who is the head of Makati Med Wellness Center. She is also a vlogger and has conducted different seminars and online programs around general health and hygiene and her field, occupational medicine. Let's welcome Dr. Gia Sison. Doc, how are you?
Hi, Sherwin. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all safe and healthy. I'm happy to be here today.
Okay, glad to hear that, Doc. Joining us is none other than the face of Panasonic Philippines, the iconic Mr. Pure Energy himself, Mr. Gary Valenciano. Hello there, Gary.
Hello, Sherwin. Hello, Dr. Gia. And hi to everyone that's just joining us today. I hope you're all doing great.
Okay, glad to have you here, Gary. And of course, the two great men behind Panasonic's success here in the Philippines. Please welcome with me, PMPC President, Mr. Masatoshi Sasaki.
Hello, Madam President. Afternoon to you all.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Sasaki-san. Last but not the least, put your hands together for the CEO of Panasonic Air Conditioning Philippines, Mr. Masaru Toyota.
Hi, good day, everyone.
Hello, Mr. Toyota-san. I'm really glad to see you. Whew, what a powerhouse panel we have here. Thank you so much for making this event happen. I'm sure everyone is very, very thrilled to learn more about today's event. Let's jump right into it. I'm sure everyone's curious, why is the event called Act Now? And what are we really expecting today? Well, it means two things. The first one is a bit obvious. It's a call to action to start doing something. The other, it means anti-COVID technology now. That's what today is all about. Yes, you heard me right. There is, in fact, a technology that's anti-COVID. How timely is this in this new normal when many are struggling their day-to-day experiences, right? And Panasonic is here to share big news with us. Their contribution as a company that stayed close to people's lives to help address societal issues. That's what Act Now is all about. Beyond business, Panasonic is committed to walking alongside Filipino families to live better, healthier, and more comfortable lives. Huwag na natin patagalin. Let's hear the big news from Panasonic through Mr. Masaru Toyota. Mr. Toyota-san.
Good day, everyone, once again. I'm pleased to be here to share great news with you today. Panasonic teamed up with Texcell, a French research organization for research on viruses and viral activity. The test result was the adhered novel coronavirus in a 45-liter enclosed box. Under this conditions, it will under the current condition, it has been verified that our Nanoe X can be inhibited to the activity of the novel virus over 99.99% in just 2 hours.
Wow, that's just amazing. And this Nanoe X can be found in Panasonic air conditioners, right?
Yes, that's correct. Panasonic Air Conditioner have Nanoe X that inhibit bacteria and viruses, including the novel coronavirus. And moreover, you can turn on the Nanoe technology feature without turning on the air conditioning cooling features. In that sense, so you can use our Panasonic air conditioner for cooling air in your room over the night with very, very low power consumption.
Wow, really a breakthrough technology from Panasonic. So this means that if you purchase a Panasonic air conditioner, you can keep your family protected, safe at home for 24/7 from COVID-19 and other bacteria and viruses. I'd like to hear what Gary has to say about this. I heard you were enjoying the cool comfort of your Panasonic AC at home. What can you tell us about your personal experience in terms of coping with work in this new normal and practicing health and hygiene at home with the family?
Well, with everything that's been going on with the whole pandemic scenario, which we are all a part of, there is one thing that is truly on our minds, and that is how to stay as safe as possible. And I must say that it is so good that to come into my home, and home can be a place that you can feel safe in. But now, you know that it's not just you that's doing the work, but with the Nanoe X technology, it's just great to know that me and my family, when my children come and visit me, when my granddaughter comes to visit, she's also very, very much protected, and that's because of the Nanoe technology that is constantly going on in this particular home. So the protection is always there for us, and it gives me so much peace that I can work, I can go out, and I can come home, get myself, following all the protocols and all the necessary steps to stay safe from whatever is out there. But then when I come home, it's continued without me having to do much. I just turn on the air conditioner and I have the protection I need. So it does feel good.
Okay, I'm really glad to hear that, Gary. Yeah, so at this point, I think many are curious about Panasonic air conditioners with Nanoe X. So here to give more information on Nanoe X and Panasonic air conditioners, Mr. Masatoshi Sasaki. Take it away, Mr. Sasaki-san.
Hi, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Nanoe X is patented technology from Panasonic found in Panasonic air conditioners. And other key products, Nanoe X works by releasing nano-sized particles that consist of many hydroxy radicals. These particles lead to pollutants and react by transforming them into water particles.
So this isn't just a mask or a visor passively shielding you. This is anti-COVID-19 technology that seeks out, inhibits, and kills 99% of viruses, including coronavirus. Hearing this breakthrough makes me realize all the more the importance of having clean and healthy air at home. And now, to learn more about taking the first step to cleaner air at home, let's watch these videos.
Panasonic.
Pretty sleek air conditioners, right? At this point, Doc Gia, Gary, and I are very curious about the Panasonic air conditioners, and I heard that Panasonic will be showing these AC units to us. Mr. Toyota-san?
We Panasonic have various kind of air conditioners, which we have window type air conditioner and also split type air conditioners. So today I will introduce you our lineup of split type, which has Nanoe X features. This is our lineup of Nanoe X features included. So this is XPU series. This is deluxe inverter, and this one we call XU series as a premium inverter, and top end model. This is BU series. We call it, this is the elite inverters. All of them equip the Nanoe X features. Can you hear me? Yes. All this makes up the Panasonic air conditioner lineup available to any kind of Filipino home. This is our total lineup of split air conditioner with Nanoe X.
All right, so there you have it. These consumer air conditioners in different HPs or horsepowers are perfect for different room size or home type. You know, personally, I like the sleekness of the new model of AC. Okay? Now, if there are ACs for every Filipino home, there are those made for businesses too. Watch this.
Panasonic.
And to talk more about these commercial air conditioners, here's Mr. Masatoshi Sasaki.
Apart from consumer air conditioners, we have commercial air conditioners or packaged air conditioners, which are easy to install, use, and maintain, making them perfect for offices or businesses. We have the four-way cassette Nanoe EX inverter, swing-mounted inverter, and lower-standing inverters, all of which have horsepowers ranging from 20 to 60 HP. And here we have the Nanoe X generators, which are portable air purifiers that are maintenance-free with low energy consumption and keep homes and cars purified. Lastly, we have the Panasonic air purifiers, which are also Nanoe equipped.
Wow. Okay, what an amazing lineup of air conditioners for every type of need. Panasonic sure is the expert when it comes to the health and hygiene of the Filipino home. Now, I'd like to ask Doc Gia, Doc Gia, you've been practicing medicine for over 10 years. What did you learn about Nanoe X and what are its benefits for the Filipino family?
Thanks, Sherwin. Indeed, this is a great breakthrough. So Nano EX and biotechnology are two of the 21st century's most promising technologies when it comes to health. Nano EX is demarcated as the design, development, and application of materials and devices whose least functional makeup is on a nanometer scale. So picture the smallest particles that's from 1 to 100 nanometers, very small in size. And it can both inhibit adhered and airborne bacteria, virus, molds, and fungi. Meanwhile, biotechnology deals with metabolic and other physiological developments of biological subjects, including microorganisms. So these are all of valuable help in addressing diseases that are airborne in origin and is considered a breakthrough towards healthier environments.
You know what? Yes, I definitely agree with what you said. I'm a total believer of overall health, be it at home or outside. Lalo na Christmas season is coming. Keeping your family at home safe is becoming more and more important. Truly, it's the best gift you could give your family. Do you guys agree with me, Sir Gary?
I certainly do. I certainly do agree. Dr. Gia, thank you so much for all that information. I think it's really important that that people out there, I think it's a great gift when you talk about Christmas and you want to give a gift to yourself. I think it's a great gift that you can, enter your home and make sure that everything is okay at home, even when you're gone and your family's home. So, yeah, I stand, I stand with all that that Panasonic has been doing in order to keep families safe. Not just us, but everybody that whether in businesses, in offices, or at home. And I think it's very important, not only because it's Christmas, but I think for the new norm, this was something that came in at the right time.
Okay. I definitely agree on that. Kasi, viruses and bacteria, I know, Doc J, you'll agree with me, that has been a part of our lives, since time immemorial, right? There's always viruses, there's always bacteria. It just so happens that the coronavirus is the latest one that we need to study, correct? Now, syempre, virus, nawawala, bumabalik, eto na naman. Diba, Sir? So, it really is a big peace of mind for us to be able to know that Panasonic is already a step ahead of everyone else. I saw the actual thing that Mr. Sasaki-san was holding, the Nanoe generator. And it's like a coffee cup, right? It's like a coffee cup. And that small thing actually protects the whole household. Am I right, Mr. Sasaki-san?
Yes. Like a coffee cup.
See, there you have it. It's as small as a coffee cup. Doc Gia, let me ask you, because you've been talking to a lot of patients, I assume, right?
Right.
Yeah. So are there people who are suddenly became like total germophobes?
Oh yeah, we have come to this culture already of behavioral change. And for me, that's good because we are starting to become aware of air quality as a major factor in terms of keeping our health intact.
Okay. We're only like halfway through this event, and I have to confess, I was okay with everything before. I was like adventurous and whatnot. And then all of a sudden the pandemic came and boom, I was like a total germaphobe. And, it takes time for me to be able to adjust. And seeing all the technology that's on here, there's no excuse. So we have one for the homes, we have one for the businesses, and we have, those small ones that can fit your car. And it's totally, totally awesome. Sir Gary, I'm going to go back with you because a while ago I asked you about, how you're coping up with the new normal. I know you're a total performer and you're super awesome at that. All right. And I saw a lot of your online shows. All right. Now, I am aware that, it's not you alone. You have your team. Am I correct?
Yes, I do. I have a team of 3.
Okay. I believe I met one yesterday. Okay. So you do have people who are from the outside and then, you let into your house, right?
Very occasionally. And many times the people that I allow into the house are people that only have one thing to do, and that is to give us a swab test.
Okay. That is really good to know.
I think it's very important now that with all that is required of us in order to continue approaching each day. I know that many times, we look at the situation now and parang things are beginning to open up again and to come back again. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I think that all of us as a people need to continue with whatever is required, a little social distancing, wearing the face mask and the face shield, whatever the authorities say we need to do. And, being here at home with my team, we're all very used to this. So my team has rarely left the house. And when they do, it's to people who also haven't left their own homes. And that's how it's been. It's been a challenge, with the whole closing down of all the concerts and all the venues and all the cancellation of the tours. It's been a little tough. But I'm thankful that kahit papano, I'm able to work from home doing what I love to do most, which is to entertain, to inspire, and to encourage.
Okay, well, that's really good to know. And you know what? A lot of people are, I'm sure, are in the process of adapting to this new normal. And I am sure that as informative as this event is, they would still have a lot of questions, okay? So we are going to proceed with our Q&A. So, you know what? There you have it, everyone. Panasonic has just gifted us with a big breakthrough. It's an early Christmas gift, if I may say. So if I were you, I'd get myself a Panasonic air conditioner soon to give your family a maalagang Pasko from Panasonic. Now, I think the members of the press are ready with their questions. We are going to go ahead and show us a video first, all right, so they can have time to compose their questions that they can ask to anyone in this panel.
Panasonic. A better life, a better world. A.C.T. Nanoe. Now my baby's safe with me. Breathe clean air with Panasonic Nanoe AC. Panasonic.
Panasonic.
Okay, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the actual tune was ABC, but in my mind, it's like a Christmas song already. It's like Christmas came early. See, Christmas season is already upon us, and I think it's really comforting to know that Panasonic has all these products at hand. And now I think the members of the press already have questions. Anyone who wants to go first? Now, we'll enable you to turn on your video to ask your question directly to the panelists. Please don't forget to mention the name of the panelist to whom you want to direct the question. So this is going to be the format of how we're going to do this. Okay, so you state your name and the media that you represent, and then you can say the name of the panelist that you want to ask questions with, and then you can fire away with your questions. Okay, so for this Q&A, we are going to accommodate questions for Mr. Sasaki-san. Okay, let's start with Mr. Sasaki-san. So on your Zoom toggles, please make sure that you raise your hand. We will be on the lookout for that. Okay, so please raise your hand using the Zoom app. Okay, and then we will accommodate you to appear on video so you can ask your question directly to any of the panelists. Okay, now we are ready for your questions. Keep them coming. All right, so who would like to go first? Let's go ahead and see. All right, looks like we have our first member of the media who will ask a question to Mr. Sasaki-san.
Good afternoon. Hi. Good afternoon. I'm Alex De Los Reyes from secondopinion.ph, and my question is for Mr. Sasaki-san. In what direction will research and development of hydroxyl radicals contained in water technology be promoted in the future?
Thank you, Alexandra. Mr. Sasaki-san, so she was asking, in what direction will research and development of hydroxyl radicals contained in water technology be promoted in the future? Did I get it right, Alexandra?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Since this is related to our product development and Panasonic with its strong business, philosophy is really committed to the society through products and services that enhances the quality of life around the world, with continuous improvement of products through further research. We will fulfill our social responsibility.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sasaki-san and Alexandra. Thank you for raising your hand and asking that question. All right, and I'm sure Mr. Sasaki-san answered that to the best detail, but I'm going to be honest, I am going to Google hydroxyl radicals after the session. All right, thank you, Alexandra. All right, now, someone asks how tech was discovered. Mr. Sasaki-san, can you tell us a little bit more on how the tech was discovered?
We started research in 1997 on the theme of air purification in the living environment.
Okay, wow. Okay, cool. Right, so we still have more room for questions for Mr. Sasaki-san. Alexandra, yes, you can now take the hand off, okay, from the Zoom app. And now for everybody else, if you have a question for Mr. Sasaki-san, please go ahead and fire away. All right, now it looks like we have somebody who's ready to line up. How about, let's call Miss Irma Maisip. I think she's here.
Hi, hello, sorry.
Hi, Irma.
Hi, yeah, well, I have a question. I actually input it in the chat box. Anyway, my question is, given the pandemic still ongoing and we know that people are conscious about health and everything, has the company set any targets in terms of sales? And how has the pandemic affected, boosted sales in the past few months because of, this is a new line for health and for homes and the offices? Thank you.
Okay. Our sales target of this new lineup, of course, it's very hard to tell you exactly, but at least we want to over the sales result of the last year. This is our minimum target. And I'll tell you some more details about our sales. Just starting the pandemic, honestly speaking, our sales was completely stopped. But after that, around June onwards, our sales getting better, and especially air conditioner and also refrigerator, those two categories sales catching up very drastically. And actually, as of today, those two categories sales is more than last year's results. This is the current situation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Irma? Okay, so Mr. Sasaki-san, or Mr. Toyota-san, there is a question here. Actually, I think this is the best question for Mia. When are these ACs going to be available in the market, in the Philippine market, and is it going to be available for online orders?
Yes, available right now, and yes, available online.
Okay, cool. All right, so whoever asked that question, yes, you know, while going through this Q&A, you can actually pull up, okay, your online shopping and then go ahead and order like right now. Okay, so we are now proceeding with other questions. How about this time we ask questions for Mr. Gary Valenciano? So if you have any questions for Mr. Gary V, please go ahead and raise your hand. Don't forget to follow this format. So when we prompt you to open up your video, just say your name, the media that you represent, and then fire away with your question. Okay, so let's try and check if we have any attendees raising their hand right now. Okay, questions for Mr. Gary Valenciano.
Well, maybe I can just say that, number one, I don't have any concerts coming up soon, so, you know, not yet. Number two is, yeah, I still come out on television, yeah. Number three is I still have the same passion. You know, I'm just waiting for the chance that social distancing is no longer so distant and I can spend more time with you all, you know, live, you know, like for a live event. But yeah, I'm open to whatever questions you might have.
Okay, there is a question, but I'm not sure if this is going to be directed towards you, Gary. We are still waiting for a really good question. I think what they're trying, I think probably what they want to ask from you is your experience, because I know you already have like Panasonic ACs at home, right?
Yes, we do.
Yep, so there you have it. If you have questions on that, please go ahead and keep them coming. I'm seeing a lot of names now. And we're just waiting for them to get the green light and have their videos on. So, Gary, I'm going to start with that since we're talking about experience. So you already beat me to it. Yeah, I was going to ask if you had like concerts coming up, but yeah, sad there are none yet. But I'm going to be waiting. But anyways, so Panasonic is known for its cool. Now, in terms of having that peace of mind, how is it, okay, in the Valenciano household, like always?
Well, in the Valenciano household, it's actually kind of crazy because it's so many active people with so many things in mind. And it's what's really good is that we are very conscious of you know, watching out for each other and making sure that we are okay to come close to each other. if I may, I mean, I'm one of the people that is considered on the high risk level, so I have to be very, very careful. And with Panasonic appliances, parang, especially their air conditioners equipped with Nanoe, Nanoe X, I feel like the aircon in our home is much better, and we lessen the risks. All of us really lessen the risks of being exposed to harmful. And when I say harmful, we all know the kind of harm that's been surrounding us these days, but from harmful pollutants. And, after a long day, we just want to come home and relax. And what better way to achieve that relaxation than, with the peace of mind that the air that we are breathing in our rooms, in our salas is clean. And it's not just clean, it's safe. And that's how it is with my family.
Okay. So we are, thank you so much for the answer, by the way. So we are trying to set up one question for you, Mr. Gary V. I'm looking at a very nice question right here from A.C. Bornea. Mr. Gary V, how does Panasonic make you shout for joy and your world better? I know that was going to come up. Thank you, AC.
That came from who? From AC?
AC Bornea.
Unang-una, hi AC. I'm hoping you're having a good afternoon. Well, put it this way, okay? AC, when I shout for joy, that's usually in front of the camera and on stage. Either I'm doing a dance and then I'm with people in front of me. In fact, even when I'm here at home, pag nagko-concert ako online, there's always that song that I do, Shout for Joy, and I get to do it. I try to do it to the best of my abilities. But the real shouting for joy with regard to Panasonic is what happens after. After all the sweat is done, after I've taken my snack, after I've gotten ready to go to bed, and that air conditioner is on and running. In all honesty, AC, I mean, it's like I shut my eyes and I know that, now my whole body can really enjoy a restful night because I know the protection continues. It's nothing like coming home and then knowing you're protected, or going into your room and knowing the protection has been on or has been continuous all throughout the day, or at least all through the hours of my being asleep at night. So it's nice to come home and have that peace, inside, knowing that my work may have been done already, entertaining people and encouraging people, but the air conditioner, the Panasonic air conditioner, does not stop. When I go to sleep, it continues to protect. So that's how I shout for joy. It's a different kind of shout for joy. It's a more of an emotional sense of peace when I know that me and my wife and my family, or whoever stays here, is protected with the Nanoe X technology of Panasonic.
Okay, cool. With the way that you said it, Gary, mukhang mapapa-shout for joy na lang din ako. Thank you. True, I'm a big fan. All right, now we got a really interesting question here. This time we're going to go back to Mr. Sasaki-san. So, Mr. Sasaki-san, we have a question from Cap Aguila from Business Mirror. Cap is asking, can you tell us the difference between Nanoe X and Nano G? Oh, we have Mr. Cap Aguila from Business Mirror. Hi, Cap.
Hi. Correction is actually Business World, but I forgive you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, aside from that question, because I've seen that this Nanoe thing is not really new to Panasonic. So I'd like to know how Nanoe X is different from Nanoe G. And then probably as an additional question, Gary said correctly a while ago that, we have to be extra careful letting people in our households during this time. So one of the things in relation to air conditioners is that we usually have to get it cleaned every so often. And the usual filter cleaning, we can do that ourselves. But for the entire unit to be pulled out, that's something usually left for professionals. So as far as the new generation Nanoe air conditioners of Panasonic goes, what's the timeline like for or the schedule like for to have these cleaned? And can I do it myself? I mean, if I'm, or should I even try? Because I'm also scared of probably working on this. Well, it looks like an advanced piece of equipment. So yeah, basically those are my questions. Thank you.
Yes, Nanoe G is more of dust removal, while Nanoe X inhibits bacteria and viruses, molds, pollens, allergen, and other hazardous substance, including COVID-19, even moisturized skin, and hair.
Okay.
Yes, is that the main difference then? Is that Nanoe G doesn't address or fight against the virus, and Nanoe X does? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. With regard, please, sir, to the cleaning schedule, or is of course it's a I think it's a valid concern these days. So I'd like to know what kind of how often does Gary have to have someone over to clean his air conditioners, or is that something that Gary can do himself?
One free cleaning once a year within the purchase date.
Once a year. Okay.
Wow.
Wow, that's a long time.
But the filter must be cleaned once every 2 weeks.
And then finally, is the Nanoe technology, does it give out Nanoe particles as long as you're using the unit? I mean, is there a lifespan to that effectivity or that function of it?
Yes, you can operate Nanoe X 24 hours.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Gary.
Thank you, Cap. All right, thank you for answering those questions as well, Mr. Sasaki-san. Okay, wow, 1 year. That would be a treat. Okay, I do have something here for Doc Gia. Doc Gia, I have a couple of questions right here. This was just sent in. First question, what makes Panasonic admirable for someone who inspires others as well?
Okay, with the video that I've seen and with the work that Panasonic does, as a company, their ideals is not Panasonic-centric. So it's improving the lives of their customers, and that for me is what makes them admirable.
Okay. Have you been a beauty queen in your past?
What?
No, just like the way you answered that question. I mean, that was awesome. Thank you, Doc Gia. But here, I'm going to ask you something, a little bit along your field. Doc Gia, in this pandemic, for the whole 8 months of it, I think one of the hottest topics, around would be mental health. Okay. So let me ask you, how do you think clean air affects someone's health emotionally and mentally?
I'll take it off from what Gary mentioned. It's really the peace of mind. Because to be honest, when you're aware that the air around you is clean, it helps ease the mind in thinking that your risk is less. So with Panasonic Air Conditioner that has Nanoe X technology, this makes it easier to put yourself in a relaxed state. And when you say relaxed, you are on your way to being emotionally and calm and mentally composed.
Okay. You know what? That kind of makes sense. I would normally go to events, especially in the new normal. There are like MGCQ events before that I had to attend. And then when I got home, there was literally no peace of mind. I can tell you guys that. So my wife would have me do my own quarantine here at home. So it was lonely. It could have affected my mental health, but kidding aside, it's still a wonderful time. Okay, let me just go ahead and check if we have other questions here for everyone. So I'm looking at two panels right here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go to Mr. Toyota-san. Mr. Toyota-san.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the question. What is the principle of generating hydroxyl radicals contained in water?
It's a bit technical. I try to answer you. Nanoe X, the original ionizer to generate nano-sized atomized water particle. And it's an electrostatic atomization technology that collects invisible moisture in the air and applies high voltage to it to produce hydroxyl radical contained in water.
Okay, now hopefully that answers the question. Thank you, Mr. Toyota-san. Okay, so I still want to go ahead and look up hydroxyl radicals in Google. I'm gonna go ahead and do that later. I'm sure about that. Okay, well, look at the time. Ladies and gentlemen. I know we still have a lot of questions, but I'm gonna have to apologize. We kind of ran out of time, but don't worry. We are going to find a way to park all of those questions and then send you back the most definitive answer to your questions. Okay? So thank you so much to all of you who asked your questions, and of course to our panelists for being up and ready for all those questions. Okay, so what an afternoon, right? Everyone, do you agree with me? Are you guys having fun? Okay. I am so honored to have been a part of this event and learn more about the Nanoe X from Panasonic Air Conditioners. It is groundbreaking, it is newsworthy, and to tell you honestly, this is exactly the good news that we need right now. Okay, so thank you, Panasonic, for having me here. Thank you, Mr. Sasaki, Mr. Toyota-san, Gary V, thank you so much. And of course, Doc Gia, thank you for being a really lovely panelist for today. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and we're about to end this. All right, my thanks also to the team behind this event and the Panasonic dealers who are instrumental in ensuring every Filipino home gets to bring home a Panasonic AC. Right, now to leave you, before we leave, please go ahead and enjoy this short video.
Panasonic. A better life, a better world.
A.B.C.D. Nanoe. Now my baby's safe with me. Breathe clean air with Panasonic Nanoe AC.
Panasonic.